Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into the hidden forces that control your financial decisions. We're going to look at why we do what we do with money, and more importantly, how you can actually take back control and build a more successful financial future. So, let's start with a question that I think for a lot of us hits pretty close to home. Why is managing money so stressful, so emotional? Even when we know exactly what we should be doing, it feels like this constant internal battle, doesn't it? Well, the answer isn't hiding in your spreadsheet, it's in your head. According to the Financial Resilience Institute, a staggering 59% of people say that money worries are actively messing with their mental health. So you see, this is way bigger than just dollars and cents. It's about our deep emotional relationship with money. Okay, so how do we get to the bottom of all this? Here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to uncover the hidden mindset that's probably running your finances right now. Then we'll dive into 4 common money scripts. Think of them like personality types for your wallet. After that, we'll get into the amazing science that shows us we can change. And finally, we're going to put it all together into a practical plan to rewrite your financial story for good. So, what is really going on under the hood? Well, it turns out that for most of us, our financial lives are being run by this set of invisible, subconscious rules that we learned a long, long time ago. Financial psychologists have a name for these rules: money scripts. You can think of them like the operating system running in the background of your brain. They're these powerful, unconscious stories we tell ourselves about what money is. And they get programmed into us from childhood experiences, family attitudes, and these big life events called financial flashpoints. And these scripts, man, they start early. Just take a look at this story from a Reddit user. It perfectly captures how a seemingly small childhood memory, trying and failing to sell some flowers, created this deep, lasting belief that earning money is hard and that selling is painful. These are exactly the kinds of imprints that can stick with us for decades. And this image of a maze, it's just the perfect metaphor, isn't it? This is exactly how those scripts can make us feel: trapped. We end up just wandering through this maze, following these old invisible paths without even realizing it, and it can totally sabotage our best efforts to build wealth and feel secure. So, what do these patterns actually look like? All right, let's get into the 4 most common money scripts that financial psychologists have identified. As I go through them, just ask yourself, which one of these sounds a little too familiar? Maybe you'll see yourself or your friends or your family here. First up, we've got 2 scripts that are really about focusing on money, but in different ways. On one hand, you have money worship. This is the belief that more money will fix everything and bring you happiness. This can lead to things like workaholism or making really risky bets. On the other hand, you have money status. Now, this is a little different. It's the belief that your net worth is your self-worth. It's not just about having money. It's about showing it with expensive stuff to prove you've made it. Now, on the flip side, you have the scripts that are driven more by caution or even fear. You've got money avoidance, where the belief is that money is just bad or stressful, so you avoid it. You don't open the bills. You never check your bank account. Then you have money vigilance. Now, on the surface, this one looks pretty good, right? These are the super savers. But when it goes too far, they're so anxious about money that they can't actually enjoy the security they've built. And don't think for a second that these are just rare personality quirks. Nope, the data shows just how common this stuff is. While about 60% of people call themselves savers, which lines up with that vigilant script, a full 41% identify as spenders, which can be driven by worship or status, and 22% straight up admit to being money avoiders. So the big takeaway here is you're not alone in this. These are widespread psychological patterns. Okay, but here's the best part, and this is really the core of it all. No matter which script you see yourself in, you are not stuck. Not even close. Thanks to what we know from neuroscience, our brains are incredibly adaptable, and we can intentionally build new, much healthier financial habits. The key is this incredible concept called self-directed neuroplasticity. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful, but the idea is actually super simple and powerful. It means you can literally use your conscious mind to change the physical structure and function of your brain. You can actively hardwire new beliefs and behaviors. It's amazing. So how does that rewiring actually happen? Well, it works by understanding and then hacking this little thing in our brain called the habit loop. It's a 4-step pattern that runs on autopilot. You get a cue, say feeling stressed, that triggers a craving for relief. That leads to a response, maybe some late-night online shopping, and that delivers the reward, a little dopamine hit from the purchase. If you can understand that loop, you can start to change it. And changing that loop, it's not just some feel-good exercise. It has a real, direct, measurable impact on your stability. Just look at this. People who identify as savers, are vigilant types, are way more likely to be financially resilient. We're talking 65% of them are able to handle a financial shock. Now compare that to the money avoiders. That number plummets to just 26%. This is proof. The story in your head directly impacts your ability to weather a storm. So, we know our brains are not fixed. We know why changing our habits matters so much. The big question is, how do we actually do it? So let's get practical and walk through a step-by-step guide to taking back control. The whole process really boils down to 3 simple but incredibly powerful steps. First, identify. You gotta get honest and write down your earliest, most emotional memories about money. Second, challenge. Look at that old belief and ask yourself, is this really 100% true for me today as an adult? And third, reframe. This is where you consciously create a new empowering story. You literally practice feeling good about what you want your financial life to look like. And to make all of this actually stick, you use these really simple, science-backed tricks. Start ridiculously small. Meditate for 1 minute, not 30. That tiny win gives you a dopamine kick that makes you want to do it again. Try habit stacking. Tack a new habit onto something you already do, like checking your budget while your morning coffee brews. And finally, change your environment. Make the good habits easy and the bad habits hard.
So you see, in the end, mastering your wallet isn't just about getting better at math. It's about understanding the psychology of your own mind and then reprogramming it for success. You absolutely have the power to find your hidden script, challenge it, and write a better one. So the only question left is, now that you know the script, what new story are you going to write?